Update on the redistricting effort by Ron DeSantis passing through the Senate from Florida towards the redistricting effort. So, from what I'm getting, not only did every single person in the majority voted, let's pass the redistricting bill, and not only did the Supreme Court also allow the Voting Rights Act, section number 2 of the Voting Rights Act, to be violated, we're gonna have to do something incredible whenever the elections come to be in November. So redistricting has an effect on people and how they vote, specifically minorities, because simply put, you would find that there are more white people in the specific conservative states, right? You would find there are more white people. So when the minorities are suppressed and not given that same equal power, you start to notice where that the Republicans know that they're going to lose. So they're doing as much as things as possible to rig the election. So the Supreme Court not only violating the Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, not only did they help inspire the redistricting effort further by doing that yesterday, which was disappointing news to hear about. I think, as somebody of nonviolence would think, is that we're in really desperate times and we need desperate measures. We have to take desperate measures. So, look, I'm not telling people to do something really stupid, but look, we're going to have to break the rules just a little bit, because if the Supreme Court's not on our side, they clearly have just said, let's violate the law, and they're clearly not upholding the Voting Rights Act, not even including Section 2, and they're deciding to just refuse that. You know, we already know who's the conservatives there. We know who's the sellouts. We know who is a sellout in the Democratic Party. We know who's a sellout in the Republican Party. I'm going to ask you, for my viewers out there, the 8,000 people that are subscribed to this channel, I want you, with how things are getting really, really shady here, because they're willing to break the law. If the Supreme Court's breaking the law, which is the highest court of the country, if they're willing to do that, we're going to have to play their game. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go straight up to the Supreme Court. And I'm not telling people to commit violence in case this video gets posted or whatever. I want you all to go to the Supreme Court. I want every single person to raid the town hall. Not as in raid as in destroy things. I want everybody to just head there and tell them, hey, sit down patiently, get your questions asked. Do as many things as possible to interrupt this redistricting effort. Do as many things as possible to interrupt the Supreme Court's decision, because this not only is a violation of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, it has to be stopped. We're gonna have to play their game, because if they're gerrymandering as much as they can to rig the entire election, we're gonna have to play their game. Fuck you, fuck fascism. I'll update you.